To the No Nonsense Woman and Company. We are live on AORadioshy.com. Check us out. And it is What's Happening Wednesday. I'm going to have to rephrase that and start to say what's not happening on Wednesdays and Tuesdays and Mondays. Yes. Anyway, it's What's Happening Wednesday. And, of course, on Wednesdays, we always have a special guest. Today, our guest will be Melina Lanovic. I believe I'm saying her name right. Melina Lanovic. She is from the UK, and she's going to join us live from the UK at 2:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, which is GMT, which is 8:30 GMT time in London. So tune in for that. At 2:30, we're going to chat with her, and I do believe she's going to have a performance for us today too. So we are definitely looking forward to that. But before we cover any conversation with her, we have to start off with what's going on in our country. Ooh, Lord Jesus. Again, what is not happening in the United States? And if you guys follow me on social media, I put this question out there because it's something that I've been kind of, oh Lord, every time I come on, everybody don't start to itch. Gee whiz. I know I'm not supposed to say that, but whatever. Every time I come in there, my nose go to itch. Okay, fine. Whatever.
You have an issue over there?
I'm telling you, every time, I don't know if it's something, I don't know. Anyway, the question on my social media is: Are there more bad cops than it is good cops? Bad police, good police. So I'm gonna answer the question because I didn't put my question on there, but I'm gonna answer my question right now. I've been thinking about this. The more I watch these different incidents occurring, over and over and over again. Over and over again. I said, okay, it's more cops. There's another cop. There's another cop. There's another cop. So I'm wondering, and I said this, and I said it again. I think every police department, precinct, building, whatever, in every city, state across this country needs to undergo major. See what I'm saying? Damn phone. I knew it was gonna do that eventually. You guys got. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I knew it was going to do that eventually. And then the damn sound went down. Oh my God. I hate you so much, phone. Anyway, they just catch me live doing all my stuff. So everything you see, you follow on social media, you're gonna catch it. So, oh my God. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. It won't go up. This is my phone. When I tell you I got a crap phone, and it's kind of new, but whatever. So as I digress for a moment, but let me get back into my thoughts. And it's hot as hell in the studio. But anyway, I was talking about, I said, I see there is more and more incidents every day, especially now that there are more and more protests going on. You see more and more officers being extremely aggressive. And I know they have to protect themselves. They want to get home to their families too. But the one thing that I disagree with, and Dr. Fireball told us about it on Monday, was that what state is it that state that does not allow batons anymore? Is that in South Carolina?
Yes.
No. Okay, so I do think that because when I watch some of these protests and some of these people are being beat with the batons, I'm just like, ouch. Let me tell y'all something. I come from the generation where you got your butt whipped. So I can recall the butt whippings that I got from my mother. And so the mere fact that you hit me with a baton that you would potentially hit me with a baton and stick like that, I'm going to automatically have a reaction like I'm going to knock the shit out of you. So therefore, no, I think they should ban the use of batons. I understand you all, that's how you all want to break people apart when you got a big mob going on. But the way they hold their arm up and they like, and they coming down on somebody, they're hitting you with all of their strength, all of their might. So I disagree with that. They hit males, females, they hit anybody with the baton. So I disagree with that. So my question is, are there more good cops than bad cops? So I'm kind of leaning. I'm kind of torn between that because I come from. I've known police officers personally. In my family. There was an organization when I was a kid that it was funded by the police department, and so we were always around police officers and their families and things like that. So I was always used to being around police officers. So I know that there are good ones. But now what I see in this day and age, I question how many are really, really good. And because what I see is a lot of bad. And I don't mean just like in Minnesota, which we can see they have issues. I don't mean just in Chicago. Chicago's had issues. New York, we know that. I'm just not talking about in the major cities in LA. I'm just not talking about that. I'm talking about in all the smaller towns, these backwood towns, little country roads, whatever. We see this on a regular basis. And my question is, I do believe right now I'm seeing more bad than good. And the ones that are good, and the ones that are good, I think that they know that it's corruption and it's just bad in their particular precinct or whatever, but they refuse to say anything. So in my opinion, if you know so and so is bad, and you hear, oh, this particular officer had another incident occurred or whatever, and you just kind of shake your head and you just nod and you don't do anything, in my opinion, you are just as complicit as the officer who actually did the actual firing, hitting, or whatever. So all you officers who say, oh, I'm one of those good guys. I feel your pain. I understand what you're going through. Do you really? Because if you did, you would not stay silent when you see your own police officer, somebody maybe that you ride in the car with, maybe someone that you've been to their house with and you've sat down and you see them doing something wrong and you don't say anything. The same rules apply to you guys. When you guys tell us out on the street, when you see something, say something. So the same rules should apply to all the officers. Forget about the wall of blue, the blue code, whatever, the badge code, whatever. When you see something wrong with your officers in your own unit, you need to say something. It is not okay to just let people continue to be out on the street in a uniform, being abusive and taking advantage of other people. So Brianna, I'm gonna get a question now because I already answered the question for me. So Brianna, what's your thought? More good or more bad? I love doing this to her.
I'm gonna say neither.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna say neither because I feel, because it can be good or bad cops or whatever. But when I go to something, I go to the top. So when you go to the top,
yeah.
When you have that at the top, you're giving carte blanche for cops to do whatever they want,
absolutely,
whenever they want. So you can't say, oh, it's good cops. You can't say, oh, it's bad cops. I don't believe it's neither. I don't know who's who. I don't know what it is, but I just don't believe in that. I believe when you have negativity coming from the top, that trickles down into your police force.
But here's the deal, though. I hear what you're saying, but on the same token, DJ, because that's his new name for me, DJ, which means Dumb Donald Trump. Dumb Donald. But anyway, DJ in the office. As much as I would love to blame it all on him, I can't, because this is a long term, it's been a long ongoing issue with police officers. So they've been doing wrong for a very, very, very long time. Now what DJ is doing is taking advantage of the situation that's occurring now. Yep. So that's what he's doing. But yeah, I believe
I don't believe it's one all side good. I don't believe it's all one side bad. I just believe it's right in the middle.
See,
and it's getting to a point now where you can't tell who's good, who's bad, because you probably got some good ones that's good, and you got some bad ones that everybody says bad, but they really are good. So I don't know who's who.
See, I said in this day and age, people are going to have to take sides. So in my opinion, you have to say either good or bad. I'm not one of those people who like to drive down the middle of the lane. That's not me. So right now, I'm leaning toward the side where I say I think it's more bad than it is good. I definitely know it's a lot of corruption. Lots of corruption.
It's not driving down the middle of the road. It's just you can't really tell what's going on. You know it's corruption, but you can't tell on which side. Because you have good cops that can be put on the facade, like they're really good,
absolutely,
and then they're not. So you just can't say, oh, they're all bad, because you don't know.
And that's why I said, I'm not saying that, but here's my thing. I said, I was saying, growing up, and we were around, a lot of my family was around police officers all the time. All the time. And what we experienced as young people was something positive, because I said we were younger, we were a part of an organization that was funded by police officers. So so we were around them all the time, from captains to chiefs to whatever. So from that, even at one point, my stepfather was a police officer. Then from there, I was able, from there, went to be, a council person, city councilman. So I've had that rare, I guess, or I had the opportunity to see things from that police point of view, from that civilian point of view, as well as see that political machine in progress. That political machine is no joke.
And just
it's no joke.
And just you say that, I know a few officers
Absolutely.
that are actually, genuinely good guys. And they'll tell you about what's going on
right
in there. So you just never know, but you just can't label everybody in the sand like they're all bad, because you're seeing more of the bad right now.
Well, and that's my point. I'm not labeling. Can't talk right now. I'm not labeling every police officer as bad. That's not something I would do.
You just said
No,
that.
I didn't. I said I'm seeing more bad. I said I'm seeing more bad from officers. I didn't say not all of my bad. I said I'm seeing more bad.
You're seeing more bad. That's still you kind of labeling all the officers as bad.
Well, see, I reject that, because I don't agree with that. But that's your point of view. But that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I'm seeing more bad from officers. Than and I like you said, I know you have a job to do. So I know when people are out there protesting, I get that you have a job to do, and you have to defend or protect whatever it is that you're assigned to protect. I get all of that.
And see,
what I'm talking about is like I'm talking about these when you're stopping someone and the way you approach people. I'm talking about your tone, your attitude. Because I don't know what it is with some officers. When they approach you, they are just nasty. Why are you nasty when you speak to someone? Do you want somebody to speak to you in a nasty tone? You just don't. So that and think about this. Most of the time, if you come at someone with a nasty, negative tone in their voice, I'm gonna be like, who are you talking to?
I was just saying, I haven't, thank God, haven't had a negative experience with a cop. So, and even for that, when you're saying like you've seen more bad, on the same opposite of the spectrum of it, I've seen a little bit more positive from cops on certain things I've watched and saw. And you see some that have put down their shield and have kneeled and have stood have people went up to them and said walk with us, and they have walked in the protest. So I've seen the positive. You've seen more of the negative. So I'm saying.
Well, let me say this. I honestly have had we've been around a lot of some police officers, and most of the time the ones I've been around have been very polite and respectful. So let me by saying this, but I'm saying what I see now is that I just see more of the bad, and that's unfortunate, because the police officers that are decent, you are not, your as they say, your flame is just not even flying right now, because these bad officers. And let me say this: if you are a decent officer and you're following the rules and you're treating people with decency and respect, then guess what? It is you, police officers, that the decent ones. You need to say, hey, you don't do that. Even if you're in the middle of say arresting somebody, and you see that officer just being belligerent and berating that person that they have cuffed or whatever, why can't another officer say, okay, walk away, tell the officer walk away, take a breath. That's your officer letting you know, hey man, you out of order. Go take a walk. Calm down.
Because the thing is, it all boils down to money. They're turning a blind eye to stuff because they want to save their pensions and their 401ks. That's what they're worried about. They're not worried about public safety anymore.
Now, you know what? Now, that's what we just come to agreement right there. Now, that's what I agree with. So, here's the deal. If you threaten people, if you let them know you only have so many times to have these many infractions or whatever, and after that, your pension is gone, your unemployment, that's gone. So what you spend years working for, take it away from them.
Have they threatened people's public safety?
Yep.
You threaten their public safety.
Yeah, absolutely. You threaten their livelihood. Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. So we are in 1,000% in agreement on that.
How everybody's livelihood has been threatened with this pandemic and all this stuff going on. You have to threaten their livelihood. It's bad to say, but you can't go having 18 infractions or 18 incidents.
I can't.
And you still have a badge. Why?
Why exactly? Now
Why?
I don't know how many he had as of today, but as of yesterday, it had jumped up from 12 to 18. Now if he got 18, it's probably 24.
Right. Why do you still have a badge?
Why you still have a badge? Why you still in uniform? Why you still have a pension? All of that. Why? And trust, and he's not the only cop. He's the one that got caught right now. Trust me, but it is so many other ones that's probably just like him, if not worse. If not, I mean, I can't imagine anybody being any worse than him. But I mean, I'm sure. I'm pretty sure that there are.
I mean, you pretty low on the you pretty.